Tim. Oh, Tim, wake up.
Game time.
It's time, Tim. Oh no, no, not the blanket. No.
So tired.
Oh, so tired. Tim, let's go.
Let's go.
Tim.
This is what you signed up for.
Tim, let's go.
No, it's not.
Yes,
Yes, it is. Well, actually, no. Well, no. Yeah, you made us sign up for this.
Yeah, you made us sign up for this.
Yeah. All right, Tim's a little camera shot.
Jeez, that is like a.
There's a boiler in there.
Yeah.
So
There's a bathroom upstairs.
it's June 22nd, 3:27 currently. Tim's already complaining. That's one complaint already for the day. Let's keep a count. Keep a count on how many WAMBULANCEs we need to call.
We apologize to our sponsor, MRE.
MRE, no sponsor this year.
No sponsor this year. Thanks to Chris.
Thanks to
who
Chris.
Recently perished in a tragic.
If you saw the last vlog, Chris is still currently at the bottom of Tuckerman's Ravine. So we made these commemorative T-shirts in honor of Chris. However, we had to change plans for this Mount Washington trip because it's no longer a Mount Washington trip due to scattered thunderstorms and potential rainfall at the summit. So we are now hiking Mount Pierce after Tim Cray's dad's name, Pierce Cray.
Right.
Yes. So it is roughly about 4,000 feet, but it's still a 3.5 hour drive and will still be difficult and is almost as long as the Tuckerman's Ravine trail.
And despite Tim's best efforts, we are still going to get struck by lightning.
I can't open the damn thing.
Alright, Tim, what time is it?
It's 4:46.
How you feel about the hike so far?
I mean, we probably should have left around this time. I probably should have been just waking up, but you know, that's under the water under the bridge.
What's the thing you're most looking forward to about the hike?
The top, just getting the views.
What's the thing you're least looking forward to about the hike?
Hike down.
Hike down. Alright.
Yeah, because there's no van to take down like last time.
That's right. And there's no Chris.
Chris like last time. Rip
Very
Chris.
sad. Rip Chris.
This is a trip in memory of Chris.
Yep.
As we've already said,
You really
lost his life in video 2 of Tuckerman's Ravine.
Like to remember that his
Link in the description below for a video 2 of.
Are you selling
yeah.
that merch?
Yeah, link in the description of this merch as well.
Right below the like button.
Yes, yes. Like this video and subscribe.
All right, and we'll get back to you soon.
Yes.
We embarked on this journey for Chris, our friend who tragically lost his life on Tuckerman's Ravine. Like in the description for the last vlog. Rest in peace, Chris. This one's for you. Alright, so this is technically the third stop we've made. One was at Cumberland Farms back in Billerica. That was just for Lily Red Bulls. Second one was at a weigh-in for trucks because Nick really needed to go to the bathroom. So this is the second time Nick's had to pee in the last hour and a half. And we're actually at, this is not the Loon, I think this is the exit before Loon. Exit 28. So now we're at Dunkin' Donuts, but we're almost there. Tim, any comments, Tim?
No.
Stopping at Dunkin' Donuts brought back a lot of memories. As us four, including Chris, stopped at Dunk's a year ago on the Mount Washington trip that Chris would die. This one's for you. Alright, so the WAMBULANCE has transferred from Tim to Nick. Nick is so sleepy. Nick, tell us how sleepy you are. Tim's getting ready. Tim's getting his boots on. Nick's cold. Nick's tired. He said we arrived to the Crawford Trail parking lot.
I'm gonna go look at the map.
Oh, Nick's gonna go look at the map. Be a big man. He's gonna look at the map. So this is the Pierce Mountain that we are at. It's
pretty cold. I feel like I brought under the amount of clothing to this, but we should be fine. All right, so since we're doing a new mountain, every time we do a new mountain, we have the inaugural watermelon throw. So here we go. Just yeet that.
God. Didn't even
Oh, look at.
It's
Oh
right
well,
there.
it didn't break, but we'll let an animal have that. All right, so this is the start of our journey. All right, so we are at around 3,700 feet, and we took a couple wrong turns. I want to say in the beginning due to Tim, strictly.
Yeah, due to swish over here.
But Nick's complaining didn't really help for the first 1,000 feet. But then he's woken up. He's all set now. What would you like to say to the folks?
I'd like to say that I've been for this group.
He really woke up. We're doing it for Chris.
Yeah.
If you can remember from about 2 minutes ago when you saw these T-shirts. Tim, what would you like to say to the folks?
You know, I mean, you're in our thoughts, Chris, definitely. You know,
Yes.
taking that tumble into Tuckerman's, you know, I think about that every day.
Probably we're near the top. What is it, like 500 more feet?
I don't know. Don't say that. Remember last time we were like, we're probably near the top.
No, but what's the footage?
This altimeter could definitely be wrong. It's been wrong before.
All right, but like what's
yeah,
the what's
see,
the
it says we went down since the last
but
time.
what's the height of
We
the
checked.
what's the height of the mountain?
Tim knows.
4,300.
4,300.
Yeah, it says we went down since the last time. This
So
thing-
we're just gonna say 1,000 feet left, but
I just don't think so.
maybe we don't know.
Hiking pretty quick.
But we've been hiking for about an hour and a half now. I want to say.
Chris, you could have been here to see this.
Yeah. Look
Fly high.
Look at these views.
We can't tell how high we are, but the altimeter says around 4,200 feet.
It's about 4,200. He says.
But no, if we did it, I wouldn't hike down.
No, but then how do we get to our cars too?
Yeah, so
No, then we have to hike all the way back.
yeah, and we'd get fucking slammed.
So right now.
Yeah, that's stupid. Pretty much we should keep
All right,
going.
we're gonna
that's
keep
the vlog
going.
for now.
It's more interesting than it was before.
Yeah.
That's due to no sponsors.
Stay with us. Hit that like button.
Yes.
If you like what you see.
Let's try to get 10 likes in this video.
If we get 10 likes on this video, I don't know, we'll build a monument to Chris. Alright, it's this way.
Alright, so we just got to the summit. Trouble. It was trouble to find it because there was no signs whatsoever. But with the help of our other people, other hikers, yeah, our fellow hikers, they guide us in the right direction. The summit wasn't as satisfying as we wished, but
It's in the clouds. Pretty nice.
it was pretty nice. Wish it was
It wasn't Washington.
yeah, it wasn't Washington though. But Pierce Mountain is now conquered, and maybe a new one next year or back to Washington.
We somehow managed to come down to Chris by lightning.
Yep. Lightning was supposed to be.
I mean, there's literally
It was
not-
actually 50% lightning. Right. I don't know. It's
9. You're just misrepresenting the forecast.
wait. What time is it?
It's 9.
It's only 9.
Yeah, the risk started at like 12.
Oh, the risks start at 12, so we'll be literally in the car by that time. But the risks of lightning are supposed to be a 50% at noon. This trail, or path at least, not as challenging. But we didn't know what we were getting ourselves into. Nick had some slight boo-boos in the beginning. Tim calmed him down. And then we found our way to the top. Okay. So we are almost back at the parking lot. We are at this bridge, which is a point that we remember vividly because it's actually a pretty nice little area. That's near the beginning. So we're basically about almost done. Oh, you put the shirt back on. There. What do you have to say about that?
I don't know, that was a rough one. That got pretty long at the end.
It did get pretty, like we thought, like, well, that happens all the time, even with Washington.
Yeah, but it was like the pain of Washington, but without the reward of Washington.
I guess so.
It was not the pain of Washington. It's
It
like
was the pain
it's
of
like
Washington.
10:30.
No, it wasn't. No, definitely not the pain of Washington. Tim, what do you think this is a success or
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
success? All right.
I mean, I don't want to like kill you on the ride back.
All right, now time to go home. Maybe stop and eat somewhere, and maybe that's about it. But that's the vlog, I guess. So thank you for watching.
Signing off.
Thanks for our sponsors, Herschel, Baggage, Wear, and Dollar Shave Club.
Use code Jeff for $5 off.
Use code Jeff for $5 off on the Dollar Shave Club. Thank you. Till next year.